Hey folks, Chris once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another request assigned from Freddy Fan 123, and he wanted me to react to a video called Top 10 Haunted Dolls Scarier Than Annabelle. I love Annabelle. I don't love her, but I like Annabelle, but yeah, there's plenty of other scary doll movies than Annabelle, but let's find out which ones are on this list, folks. So let's check it out. Yay!
Different Billy dolls to the pin doll. There are way too many creepy dolls featured in movies and TV that arguably could be scarier than the Annabelle doll. Here are your top 10 haunted dolls scarier than Annabelle. Coming up in our number 10 spot, we have the Trilogy of Terror.
Yeah, that thing scared the shit out of me as a kid, man. That doll was fucking vicious.
Doll. This doll is horrifying. This is a doll that was made for a TV horror movie called Trilogy of Terror from 1975 that was based off of the work of writer Richard Matheson. In this movie, there was a doll that was called the Zuni Warrior doll. It is also known as the doll called He Who Kills. In the movie, the doll is basically haunting the main character around her apartment. The doll is most known for its vampire sharp teeth. Lovely. So scary. In our number 9 spot, we have the Poltergeist Clown.
Another creepy doll that scared me shitless as a kid. My god, this thing. Johnny Punk, move over. This clown doll is scarier than fucking Pennywise.
This one is an evil clown doll. Is this the winner? I'm convinced that there's nothing scarier than a clown doll. This is a doll famously known from the 1980s movie Poltergeist. In the movie, the doll...
Good movie. Classic horror movie. Fuck the remake, but this movie was insanely good. Still good to this day.
Pops up in one of the scariest scenes where the film's ghost possesses the clown and makes him attack one of the characters named Robbie. Apparently this scene from Poltergeist inspired director James Wan, who ended up producing Annabelle. It inspired him so much that he says it is what sent him down the path toward all things evil doll puppet related. Funny, the idea of a possessed clown doll makes me think that I'll never watch a movie like this ever again. Quite the opposite reaction. In our number 8 spot, we have Fats.
Oh my god, that movie is... I remember seeing that movie like years ago, and pretty good movie, but pretty disturbing design for a doll like that.
Fats is the name of a very creepy wooden dummy doll that was basically the star of the movie Magic from 1978. The movie makers of this time were definitely going through some kind of weird doll phase. The movie centers around the character that Anthony Hopkins portrays, who is a ventriloquist who comes into fame and fortune when he appears on TV with the doll. Off air, the doll is, of course, psychotic and domineering and is driving Anthony's character Corky insane. It seems like quite the psychological thriller that is perfect for all of you psychological thriller lovers. Yep, that's all I've got. In our number 7 spot, we have the Molly Dolly.
Molly doll, never heard of that. Never heard of this movie. Wonder what it's about. Let's find out.
This one might not be as known, but if you were a fan of the 90s show Sabrina the Teenage Witch, then you will definitely remember this very creepy doll.
Oh,
this is a doll.
Yes. Now I remember this episode. My god. I thought it was like a horror movie or a comedy. Oh, I remember this now. My god. Man, and this is scarier than fucking Slappy. He might be on the list too. Who knows?
That was featured in the season 3 Halloween episode. The doll was called the Molly Dolly, and that's
Weird
how it sounded.
doll.
And this doll and its voice were terribly creepy. It was creepy because it looked so sweet, like too sweet. Sweeter than all of the other dolls on this list, and you thought, that's not a threat. But then, of course, it changed and started to haunt the characters on the show, saying things like, I'm gonna get you. My adult self is more afraid of this doll than my child self because this doll represents so many people in real life that appear kind, but it's really just a facade. In our number 6 spot, we have Billy from Dead Silence.
Love the movie. I have a homemade doll replica paper of him. He's creepy as all hell. He's very reminiscent to Slappy on the way he dressed. Really creepy as hell puppet.
This is a doll named Billy that was in another James Wan movie called Dead Silence. In this movie, Billy is one of the many dolls owned by the character Mary Shaw, who happens to be a ventriloquist, of course. I really would love to study the mind of a ventriloquist or a clown and get to the root of what makes them like this profession, because it's fascinating to me to wonder about. Maybe I'm just too heavily influenced by Hollywood, but they really do seem like the creepiest jobs. Is it just me? Anyways, Billy ends up being the key to Mary's power, and it's really just super creepy. Perfect if you want to get into the Halloween spirit, though. In our number 5 spot, we have G.I. Joe Extra. In the British cult classic...
I seen Extra. That movie's fucking weird as hell. But it's good, though. It's creepy, though, man. And by the way, there's a commercial break coming up, so I have to pause the video, suffer through that commercial, and then come back, so...
Extra from 1982.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Be right back. And we're back.
G.I. Joe doll that becomes life-sized and goes after an elderly woman. This scene is ridiculously creepy, of course, with the doll's face being so glossy and him walking around the house in a doll-like manner, going after the poor old woman. It's sad and terrifying. Whoever wrote this scene definitely created it when they themselves played with their G.I. Joe doll as kids. Perhaps they were angry at their grandmother and they thought this scene up. That sounds like something a kid would do. In our number 4 spot, we have the Pin doll. The Pin...
That thing looks creepy. I've never seen that movie, though. Ooh, looks really gruesome.
Doll is a super creepy, anatomically correct medical doll from the Canadian movie Pin from 1988. In this movie, Pin's owner believes him to be alive, even though we, the audience, know that it's all in his head. Pin is basically bare for so much of the movie, and you can see his muscles as he's a medical doll, and for anyone who just feels uncomfortable or queasy looking at anything without skin, this will be no exception. Anyways, this doll can walk, talk, and kill, and with its glossy face, it's just all around pretty scary to think about and look at. In our number 3 spot, we have Dolly Dearest.
A horror killer doll movie that does not get enough love, if you ask me. Is definitely one of my favorite killer doll movies ever. The doll's creepy as all hell. Like, that face is nightmare fuel, man. It's good fucking movie, man.
Dolly Dearest is a 1991 horror movie classic where, after a toy manufacturer buys the Dolly Dearest factory in Mexico, a possessed doll tries to control his daughter. The doll holds a very devil-like spirit, the spirit of Sanzia. This is every young person's biggest nightmare, although I must say I was way more worried about the monsters under my bed. But to imagine my baby dolls being possessed and trying to hurt me, it's just truly terrifying. The face that Molly has once she's possessed is pretty scary. Just looking at those big blue eyes that clearly show that evil is behind them just makes you want to run away and yell, "Mommy!" Only me? Probably. In our number 2 spot, we have Billy from Saw. Yeah.
Another doll I have sitting right there. Definitely. I mean, the movie's scarier than the doll himself, but still, the eyes on him and the swirly things on his face, creepy, man.
I watched one of the Saws, and it was so scary and uncomfortable that I will never watch another. Although I'm a wimp most days, so there's that. But come on, Billy from Saw is terrifying. With his red eyes and spiral cheeks and light greeny gray skin and his suit with a red tie, he's just straight out of one of my childhood nightmares. That and the fact that he's a brutal killer too and plays with his prey. I really debated about putting this one first, but I think the first place one had to be a classic doll that everyone is scared of.
Chucky, I can already tell. It's gonna be Chucky, he's gonna be number one. It's either him or Slappy, one of the two.
Which brings me to our number one spot.
Chucky, I knew it.
I mean, I feel like this one needs no explanation because it's one of Hollywood's most famous killer dolls. Starting off in a movie called Child's Play, Chucky was so popular that they ended up naming the rest of the movies in the series after him, which makes sense. Then people know what to look forward to. If you haven't watched Chucky or any of the movies with Chucky, all you really need to know is that he is a serial killer possessed doll, most notably known for his red hair. Hey, a redhead with no soul? Classic. Well, I guess technically he had a soul, but it was possessed. Wait, no, he was a doll. He was just plastic until he was possessed. That phrase still rings true. That's our creepy doll list for you. Comment below on which doll you think is the scariest. Curious to know your thoughts. I'm Melissa Mulati, your host. Follow me on Insta and YouTube at Melissa Mulati, and I'll see you next time. Please have a good day. Why does my...
Yeah, those are some good picks, but the one with the Molly Dolly doll, I didn't know that thing. Sabrina Teenage Witch made a killer doll movie. Chucky, I knew would be number one. Seriously, what else could be number one? I'm surprised Slappy was on the list, because I find him even scarier than Annabelle. But what's your favorite killer doll movie? No in the comments. Obviously mine is Chucky. I never found Chucky that scary though. I actually find his son more scarier than Chucky himself. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, I have tons of Chucky, Tiffany, and a Gwen doll I made. I have tons of Chucky dolls, and he's my favorite. I really want to get a real Slappy, Jigsaw, and Billy from Death Silence puppets from Trick or Treat Studios, but I cannot afford them at the moment. Plus I'm saving my money to buy the stuff for this Halloween season, actually, but who knows. Maybe I'll buy one of those dolls, but for now I want to save my money on the stuff I'm going to spend at Party City and Spirit Halloween this year, but in time. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, take care, and see you guys later. Bye bye.